might be gone for a while. So consider this my swan song. Systems are set up for better of the masses, talking out their asses. Fuckers are static. I'm progressively mustering the will to be massive. Fuck you and your petty ideas of who you think I am. Looking back, I am nothing but a fall between the cracks. Grandma giving me smacks. I was a little fucking brat, grown human being sat on me to calm me down. Apparently that was necessary to bring it barely to the point where I would give up, be depressed for the next 10 years of my life. Then one day I woke up and it turned into a crime. Apparently I am passively destructive, barely able to understand in that split second. Yet you recommend that I live in fear, steer my ambitions. Just keep on listening, might be gone for a while. So this is my wrong song. Systems are set up for the questions of the classes. Fucked up their asses, lower than the crash that's about to unscope. Hide all the evidence in the bunker, setting for a medium unseen by anyone but them. Write it out like relying on the chemical idea, the way I feel. System set up for better of the masses, talking out their asses. I'm progressively mustering the will to be massive between the cracks. Grab and give me smacks, little fucking brat, grown human being sat necessary. I'm barely fucking able to give up. I'm depressed and it's now a crime to live my life apparently. Reveal my fucking face to say small. Thou son of God, a rest like me, not lost in sea. Still have my eyes, still breathe, my lungs still blessed with youth. Familiar ground under me is that sacred fucking graveyard from the past mistake that I made. But I'm living it every day, and they say it's bad luck to stand on the grave, so I'll dance on it instead. Cause I'm just inbred to survive. I ain't got much cash in my pockets, and I'm putting my forks in sockets, so I can feel a shock that's not a spark in my brain from smoking too much marijuana. I get that fuzzy feeling and I'm lazy, it's just reeling me down from a hazy Jane ideal. Lust upon her throne, sexual desires, depravity enhance. Need for entrancing, manipulating, breaking down one's ego in order to provoke a new you. Monotonous repetitions and distract you from the bullshit. Psychosexual, dissecting her for psychojealous division and not law joy that precedes and not fear in my heart. Getting seeds from the day I would start looking at it in a different way. But I'm walking down the same path because I'm used to repetition. I'm used to the same fucking patterns every day. And if it goes a different way, I'm gonna get stressed. And it's fucking childish and it's fucking crazy and it's fucking mild and I'm getting lazy. Ooh, repeating words the same every fucking song. What the hell's wrong? It's getting longer every time, but these songs are actually short comparison to some of my others. And I'm just talking out my ass, cause I'm listening to these crazy sounds.
Thinking about the obligation to yourself, right and out you about. Don't even have to think about the operations of an explanation. Think about the same shit, don't know why. Fuck it, this, my obligation to myself. Try to get most of it. Learn to live a little, try to live in the no dime. Stop living, just to rhyme through a time when I was never tough time. Not really, you've never seen that low. I'm fucking smarter than that. I never can grow through a pipe, through a measure. Trying to get down from my head or wishing I was nothing like you said. Making violently and give a red. And I don't know why I fucking despise my obligations to you. It's swollen operation through a tweet and ammunition. And I'm not gonna session. And I'm getting to possession. And a subliminal fucking wretched.
Dissolve your worries with a slurry of undignified receptacles, bisexual, but I'm open mind, support the LGBT and a systematically indestructible reality you have created with your religion. Call a secular oppose a fellow humans. And I got no realization from the humid ideal in your mind. Support who they are, don't have to hide yourself around us. Heart just pounding with anger and hatred for these fuckers living in their parents' basement with nothing good to say. So say nothing at all. Didn't your mother teach you anything at all? Fucking dumbass, make me sick with your stomach. Read a book, educate yourself. See your ignorance is sounding on Django. Heart is sounding like an atom. But I hope these words are sinking in. I'm on the brink of forcing them down your fucking throat with a spatula. Your neurons let you know. In the new passageways of information, that's what I've been saying. In your brain and in your practice every day, expand onto the infinite plane. Gon Django, plain insane. No, fucked in the brain. No, heart just pounding with anger and hatred. In your brain and in your practice every day, expand onto the infinite plane. Gon Django, plain insane. No, fucked in the brain. No, heart just pounding with anger and hatred. In your brain and in your practice every day, expand onto the infinite plane.
Public humiliation, for your consideration, necessary obligation. So I can feel impatient, working out my issues one by one. Thinking back to the past, cause we know where the mind is a blank slate. Turn another page, say you'll wait for the sake of your brain. Claim to be the one who is ashamed. Learning how to cope with the hate, consider myself time too late. Walking the road, endless the hack is right there. I like it. Cause I'm trying to work it out, but I can't. Cause my mind is caught in tunnels of a funnel of my mind. I get no time. Looking at the fear, looking at the queer ideas in the way that it curves. And I don't mean the homosexual definition, and I don't mean the obligation. I would make a big comment like that, cause I'm got a wealth of knowledge in the things that hurt the way that you feel, in the way you think that it's okay to look through. Working on my issues one by one, trying to get it right, trying to get it on. And I don't know what to do, cause I need that vitamin E to get through the way that my depression can say. And I could pull me down from the way that it lay. And I'm looking at my king, and I'm thinking it's absurd what I'm trying to word. And it's the sentence that's not catching up to my brain. And I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say, but I just end up confusing myself in the
she was so dear to me. A rapid fire pitch, make the umpire grip, cut lip from the cold air, freezing your demeanor. Couldn't get meaner than my Skexi mistress. Dark crystal makeshift machine, spinning with the orbit. Your mind will absorb it, even if you're not conscious of it. Subliminal mind, fuck seminal, industrial, revolving and confusion of social construct, involving no such as I don't give a fuck. Mind over matter, overactive bladder from the overdrinking caffeine. No feeling seen, out for he who would guarantee a fancy remark. Jesus hit the spark in my flow and it grows every time I enter that state of blissful freestyle. No freak time fight in my video I'm making from sake of frustration in my life. Pain and strife, Skexi mistress is the queen of persistence of vision. Mindful precision as I execute the order under line and border so you can see clearly. She was so dear to me on a TV screen and she was so mean when I'm looking back on it. But never forget I will be repping for the set and I don't know why you would fucking despise my opposition to your common knowledge. No promise that I won't try and search it up unless I'm fucking proud of it. Rubbing the wrong way, shit, never forget I will be repping up the set and a parade. Just absent to my shit, playing like a game of chess. Strategy is boss, I must confess, not the best at anticipating moves in the future. Thinking back to the past be my suture. I'm told by myself from the present, linked up like a relentless. I won't try and search it up unless you force me to. Oh, Skexi mistress. Before the coming of the snow, the desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, how heavy my sorrow when she's here with me. Thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bed, the wood, the tree. She walks a sodden path, surely her pleasure will not let it be. I learned to love the bare November days before the coming of the snow. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, how heavy my sorrow when she's here with me. Thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bed, the wood, the tree. She walks a sodden pasture lane. Her pleasure will not let it be. I've learned to love the bare November days before the coming of the snow. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, though heavy my sorrow when she's here with me. Thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bed, the wood, the tree. She walks a sodden pasture lane. Her pleasure will not let it be. I've learned to love the bare November days before the coming of the snow. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, how heavy my sorrow when she's here with me. Thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bed, the wood, the tree. She walks a sodden pasture lane. Your pleasure will not let it be. I love her for the will and the spark in her heart. Mellow smile, picture perfect for the twinkle so bright as the sky, rotten earth. As it opens for the scars are wide open. Lay down by my side, look into her sensual soul. Mix up tragedy, remark, exploring my intense sparks. Filled up, not to let go, filling up her holes. Sentence unto something you regret. Now mark with that over your head, since your let me presence, lingering thoughts existence. Melodramatic, systematic, undoubt. Laying on the back of the stones. Love her like those endless snows. I learned to love the bare November days before the coming of the snow. Wide-eyed girl, I love her for the will and the spark in her heart. Mellow smile, picture perfect for the twinkle so bright as the sky. Rotten earth as it opens. For the stars are open. Lay down by my side, look unto her sensual soul. Mix up tragedy, remark, exploring my intention. Not to let go. Filled up your holes. Sentence unto something you regret. Now mark with that over your head. Since your left me presence, lingering thoughts existence. Melodramatic, systematic, undoubt. Laying on the back of the stones. Love her like those endless snows. I learned to love the bare November days before the coming of the snow. Oh, those faded years, the earth that gives its way to the fears of a day when the I love her. Oh, why for the flail and spark in that I'm not getting a kill, hey. I learned to love the November days before the coming of the snow. The faded earth, those withered trees, the beautifulness of that autumn leaves. And I'm looking at her on the pathway that she took, and it's not the way I'm going. Cause it's like we crossed paths for a moment, but now we're going separate ways, and we can't control that fate. And I don't really believe in that shit anyway.
Dreamweb. Sometimes I wake up suddenly under the sheets. Everything is bright, vivid colors. My eyes open so wide. Always find the same photograph. It's splotched, I can't tell what it is. The dream catcher catches all my dreams. The wind blows its feathers. Dead roses wilt like the way I feel inside. Decaying from the age and the dust, and that endless darkness that surrounds the shadows deep within the covers. And caught in the trap of the dream web. The dream web. The dream web. The dream web. And I go deeper and 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 deeper.
It's okay. Everything you say is coming back to haunt you. Everything you did is hanging on your shoulders like a weight. Masturbating your own ego, that's the price you'll have to pay. Sinking lower by the day, exit out the other way. Everything I fucking did haunts my nights and I can't sleep. Forgetting all the pain, not as easy as it seems. Working stranded up on the shores, working past my idle cores. Interests are at their peak, Mysteriosa Majestique. Oh, Pattie is browsing a video site on the internet. She stumbles upon a late-night TV special about catching online sexual predators. The men she sees are so disgusting, yet intriguing. She thinks about it and listens to them talk. I've never done this before, she wonders. The purest, the sweetest pleasure, so sick. It's the most horrible thing she has ever seen, and yet she has never felt it so home in anything else. Ideas are like instantaneous bursts of knowledge, and all that instant, she knew exactly what to do. Hours went by and she studied their words and the way they slithered like a snake through the grass. She had a $20 bill from her grandma last month at Christmas. She couldn't decide what to buy with it before. Now she knew. Nearby her was a hardware store, a local business owner owned by a man her father knew. She could tell him she got her tools for her father. She needs a rope, some strong tape, and a good hammer. She has the tools, it's time to find the bait. This is where being an innocent looking girl comes in handy. There is one more tool, she needs a camera that will spin and set the web. She remembers the Dragonfly. A window pop-ups on her computer screen. Hey, 36 male Canada, you're cute. What are you looking for? Wanna see a big one? Peter Bridges is his name. He took his name. He took his time for a real cold-blooded animal. Naughty girl, have a voice in? She downloaded the program and made a fake identity. And Rod regress. She takes a picture of herself and puts it on her profile. Hey, now we can keep in touch. Cam Random sucks. It disconnects a lot. I know. I'm sorry. I think she would be mad. but you are super cute. What do you think? No, I'm ugly. Well, shit happens. You Quebec or Ontario? Ontario. You too? Yep. Now I'm imagining you coming over and making out with me. Feel that tongue ring? When she was a young girl, she saw a dragonfly in a field. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen, and the way it hovered in place like a blip in time. Its reflective body showed the warm glow of the sun. Sun chased after it with the youth and happiness through the field into the woods further and further. The dragonfly leads her to an old abandoned homestead covered in teal paint peeling from the surfaces, and black and gray electrical pattern cracked through the hole. A strange older man is standing on the porch of the house in front of old blue door covered in dead vines and perverted graffiti. His back is facing her. She only could see the long gray hair that is almost black in spots from the filth, and the yellow colored suit he is wearing that is immaculately clean. She is still following the dragonfly towards the house, but when she spots the old man, she stops in her tracks, unsure if to move on. The dragonfly continues without her towards the old man and the blue door. It lands on his head. She is too far away to make it out clearly, but the dragonfly transforms into a bee. It stays within the man's filthy gray hair. He opens the blue door and enters the house, a gradient of darkness overcoming into nothingness. Pattie, unbecoming of herself, slowly creeps up towards the hollow doorway. She enters its frame and the burrowing of loud screams vibrate the oval window. Peter is now the one screaming. She told him to meet her in the garage. Her parents are away on a trip. She is old enough to stay on her own. Her little brother is sleeping, so she has to meet him in the garage. She waited by the door while his truck rolled up. It's like that day in the day out. Look for the prey, setting up the bait on the web. Prepare for it. It doesn't happen too often. She has to groom them and make them think they are the groomer. She asks for money to help get her supplies. Plastic, the power tools needed whenever her parents plan one of those camping trips. When they go alone for the weekend, leaves her time to make a mess and fucking clean. Something about the look in their eyes reminds her of the dragonfly. Signing out the garage tube lights, picking them sailed up from a boat to the head. She makes sure she can't see it coming. They can't see it coming in case they have a weapon of their own. The vetting process earns their trust. They usually walk right in unknowingly and willingly. Peter Bridges is a black man. He calls himself a bull male. He's seeking what used to be the pure form of pleasure. A young damaged girl who has serious daddy issues. This time a victim rolling through the provinces in a semi-trailer truck. He took to the truck stops to eat and lives out of a cheap motels, but then he meets her, and it's the end of his life. It's the stop of his reign. That little girl that day with the tongue ring, thinking about that dragonfly, thinking towards the house, but not getting crowded with that mind frame in that hollow doorway with the burrowing in the garage, and it's over and then over. And now she's cleaning up the blood, and it's a motherfucking flood of rage that was born that fucking day by the river when their uncle was there, and she go camping with their fucking father. And what you think did happen, and it's going to always happen.
I'm not that fascinated by human achievements.
or so he's been saying. Truth as I run circles around his ignorance and persistence is the key to anything. So don't you give up, no such as I don't give a fuck. It's worth it to pursue your obligations to their end. Animation at unlimited frames per second. You are combating an endless flurry, stirring up inertia through function and enterprise. It's only way to stay alive. Aggressive engagement, turmoil under toll. Energy relentless, prophetic, synthetic existence is infantile. Resistance is futile. Setting up your stunts for multiple fronts. Working out your issues one by one. Understood with a sixth sense of pleasure. A shit-faced grin. Your responses can only come from vitality. It's a dash, 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 dash. You need an attitude adjustment. It's frustrating as fuck when I'm right and he's wrong, and his authority precedes that of a layman. Or so he's been saying. Truth as I run circles around his metaphors. Turn around, walked out the door, but his words hurt. Certifications on the wall, in the works, bigger in the fray. Perpetration of no obligations to yourself. Thinking about it like pursuing wealth. Only knowledge fills that hunger you have felt for your whole life. Only knowledge fills that hole. Only knowledge will fill that hole. And you said to me before we ever knew. You told me how it worked inside you. So I tried my best. I feel like you need to separate the fantasy from reality. But when you told me I was a lie, it's humanity that I despise. I cut your face and X your eyes. I ritualize my fucking life. Suck your soul and leave you blind. Rape your weakness, make you mine. Essence stealing, ever needing. Fast and hedonistic feeding. Slate of libido, born to manipulate. Fuck emotionally, so copulate. Making dull, cheap excuses. Masking those cheap excuses. Light in the spark, abuse. And he said, you need an attitude adjustment. Truth as I run circles around. Worth it to pursue it to the end. Only way to stay alive is functioning enterprise. Aggressive engagement. Perfected. Dead. Persistence is infantile. Resistance is a futile. Setting up your stunts from multiple fronts. Understood from a sixth sense of pleasure. A shit-faced grin only can come from within. Thinking out with the cracks on the wall. As the paint drips down like a wall. On the way from the waist, it's saying all I got in the bathroom floor. So I'm not cold, getting it all. From the way I feel it's ball. And then I think that's true. Only way to set alive. Feel like you need separate fantasy from reality. But what you told me was a lie. It's humanity that I despise. I cut your face and X your eyes. Suck your soul and leave you blind. Ritualize your fucking life. With your weakness, make you my essence stealing. Ever needed hedonistic feeding. Back in the slave to libido. Born to manipulate, copulate, emotionally make indulge. Cheap excuses. Like this part can be abusive. And he said, truth is I run circles around your ignorance. And if you think it's persistence of those obligations through those manipulated frames, limited frame per second, combating an endless flurry, stirring up inertia through functioning enterprise. Only way to stay alive. You an attitude adjustment. Friction, no obligation to myself. Pursuing life for no other reason but to have my health. Cause I'm living a healthy this way. And it's the things I say. Repeat the fucking man. Look to myself and hell I get the highest. My endorphins hate a maximum freak out with fun ecstasy. I've never felt that way before. Your sense
someone so sensual. Awesome, the feelings I'm feeling. Lyrics won't describe the peaking, but when it hit me, what goes up must come down. Ego boost and a change of perspectives. Learning to grow through neuro aesthetics. Truths you can't forget. Repetition through fog. Talking about like a dog. All of this small reality. MDMA, you're like a god who will break no weekend of dismay. And failing with that hollow shade of what it's like to be okay. Too hot, and so only time will do this shit. But I won't quit. And he said, then it hit me. Forgot about all of my problems. Then it hit me. Cause you can't forget. Nothing like the problems. It's frustrating.
Arguments for sake of arguing on high horse. Separation by force. She's lost control and my joy has divided. I can't hide it. It's written on my face like last week's news about race against time. And yet levels of trust, there is nothing yet. You churn around, adventurous and ponderous on your experience. Trapping the endless cycle down the spiral, liable to end up in an institution through heart and toothache. I get baked to just make them go away, but it enhances and I end up crying. Can't help but feel like I'm dying. Overly dramatic, no risk and just planted my own disaster. And this cancer that eats away at my grandma and my uncle. And now they're passed away, yet I'm awake another day, losing composure like Brian Moser. Ice and freeze, the victims of his sadistic and yet holistic ideas of what it's like to be me. And yet I can't see, everyone has need. And I'm holding on to a fallacy. Through rose-colored glasses, we're kissing their asses. Yet those necessary experience for 2 decades built up by January. We planned yet to be free. And now you're asking me to see. Losing composure like my life is over. Yet it's only just beginning. And I'll ask if you see what it could be. And it's mesmerizing like delusions and all this confusion. It's fucking up my mind. Oh, I'm losing composure like my life is over. Yeah. Show me the love and not the lust. I'm after more than just a bust. Love is dead but hopeless romantic. Say I'm hopeful, not semantic. Desire for intimacy is expected. Shows the power of
short suggestion. Let me see inside you completely. If you won't take accountability, then release me. Honesty is the pillar of relationships. Betrayal for nothing but adrenaline. Naughty, so haughty, so sloppy in your body. Selfishness was plotting and plotting, denying within yourself the obvious truth. Find solutions in things that hurt you. Pray on false sense of weakness, trying to feel a sense of freedom. But with free will comes a choice, relying on your inner voice. Confusion through understanding oneself in a constant withholding and exploding of your innocence. Silently frantic and wild like I planted the seed, but that's exactly what bothers me. Others inside the cracks of my mind. If it's a nightmare, I can't decide. Show me the love so I can hide within it. Take shelter in its security. Gives me a false sense of reality and clarity. Or is it real? Makes me want to be who I really want to be. Show me the love and not the lust. But I'm after more than just a bust. Love is dead, you say. I'm hopeless, romantic, but I'm hopeful, not semantic. Desire for intimacy is expected. Shows the power of suggestions I see inside. Completely, you won't take accountability. Leaves me. Honesty is the pillar of relationships. Betrayal for nothing but adrenaline. Naughty, so haughty, so sloppy in your body. Sloppy says it's what's plotting and plotting. Denying yourself in yourself. It's the obvious truth. Solutions and things that hurt you. False sense of weakness. Trying to feel a sense of freedom. With free will comes a choice. Relying on your voice. Confusion through lack of understanding oneself. Constant withholding and exploding of innocence. Silently frantic. Wild like I need to see the seeds that bothers me. Others outside the cracks of my mind. And if it's a nightmare, I can't decide. Show me the love so I can hide within it. Then take shelter in its security. Decent reality makes me want to be who I really want to be. Makes me want to be who I really want to be. That's the truth, and it's what I'm gonna see. And the guide with my way, and I see the fucking say. Something from nothing, not even a bunion or a crush of the mushing, and I living up my huffing, and I ain't got no idea why there's a crack in my ceiling, but I'm just feeling like I could use a little more food in my belly, but it's helly. Sucks what it's like to live with the tripod legs open so I can get that 3-point stability. It's for me, wishing I could be what I wanna be, but it's kinda hard when it's the philosophy that's getting in my way, because I'm not about money gathering. I'm trying to see the bilateral reason why I'm getting high and not eating properly in place of that. And the shelter is the fact that they slash, and I'm back to the fact that I ain't got no sleep this day. Wishing it was this or that way, trying to decide left or right path, and I'm just getting back, listening to fact, and I'm realizing why no one seems to listen to me, internet man now. Why? I'm writing words trying to tell a story, but it's hard to line up the facts and the ABC plot to realize the stash that this character arcs, and they have to interact in meaningful ways to forward the plot and getting back on the spot. And I'm wishing I was this or that way to the plot, and the characters have gotta be developed, and they've gotta be enveloped in the fact that they have no realization in the world that they've created. And it's just that way when it's in the basement and the faxes are going round the ceiling, and it's that ceiling and the trim around the doorway is in
way, it's the standard. But it's bland how I'm wishing it was not a different way. But that's including, and it becomes an art such as interior design. But it's blind to those average people that are reeling from the way that they seep into the days that I'm wasting every fucking weekend. And it's just like some kind of question. We're all ghosts walking around making suggestions, and it's the curve from the weight of the world. And that's the way the universe seems to work when you're staring at the end. You're looking at the side of your head, or is it the back? Just trying to get whack, crack, fact, black is the best shade. It's the absence of light, it's the fight inside. And I'm trying to confide the facts that I'm just a rambling massacre of the ride. The ride being that which you take in your mind when you're listening to crazy people. Some people actually believe that the earth is 10,000 years old and that we walk with dinosaurs. It's fucking absurd. I asked him, how could dinosaurs be so old? He said, Satan planted the bones there to trick us into thinking that the Bible wasn't true. You fuckers got no clue. It's written by people 5,000 years ago when we thought the earth was flat and we didn't have no facts. And Galileo had and put them in the place, wishing it was that way. And soon gravity would be proven by Isaac Newton, then ritualize the fact that it's true. And now we're looking in the space, trying to see other fucking planets so we can get away. We're trying to get to Mars, but it's proven to be hard, cause the radiation after we get out of the atmosphere is fucking cracking our way through the waves of the space. And we heard what it sounds like. It sounds like the scariest fucking thing you've ever fucking heard. It's like the first electronic music created in 1959 by Stockhausen. It's just Bauhausen, and that Bela Lugosi's dead, but it's all in my head, cause that's just the connections I'm making with the metaphoric realization that those crossroads of neurons are crossing, and it's like an endless jumble and a random fact that crumbles. Ooh.
And it's something from nothing, it's a miracle junction.
This is the story in all its fucking glory. It's the secrets we don't wanna hear, that we keep from the ones we care the most about, the ones we treat the worst because we think they'll stick around. But the truth is it's a dynamite patch, and I'm getting a scratch of that time with the dripping paint down from the prime. And I'm wishing it stuck so I wouldn't have to repaint, wouldn't have to try so hard to get away from the fact that we are a pair. And they told me we're entrenched and it's gotta get a fence built up, but I'd rather it be an open wide fucking field so I can feel at home and safe as I did those times on the brown couch when I watched her sleep for fucking hours. Don't have a sour taste in my mouth from that. It was the sweetest time. It's like a fountain and a baseball bat was what he used. bruise on those shins as I imagined when he pushed me. He pretended to be a cop, but it was so bought out and sold. It was the way I'm bold, and my ideas and my lyrics reflect the fact that I am dead inside. But am I really? It's just a silly notion to think that there could be something after the fact. But they tried to prove it by killing them for up to 20 minutes, and it's criminal to sink into it. But it's the true identity of you that tries to break through the barriers set upon those different sources of inherited happiness built inside your will. So you'll soon have to kill those negative thoughts, or you'll get caught in the spiral and be unfulfilled in this mild pleasure-seeking pyramid. It's that abuse circle, it's the different forms, including misogynistic ideals, where we have male privilege, and you'd have to be unprivileged to really understand. But I can classify like any man, so I'm sitting here on my hands and wishing they would be not so asleep like the rest of you and me. And the only thing to truly know is that you know nothing at all, and many people have covered that subject. Socrates to Operation Ivy to wishing I was the way I was to be you. And it's that crystal caves in the crystal mountain. Chuck Schuldiner covered that with his fountain of awesome ideals and musical creations of feelings. to deny it. Scorn like a fire, shit which you know, that in which you can't control. Opportunity leads to action when necessity breeds invention, and when consequences are extinguished, that which we offer will relinquish. That act of being one's object of desire makes it seem so tempting to transpire. Lie in bed with the enemy, but maybe the friend, and my enemy is the friend of my friend, or the one who is here not there, and the one who's afraid not to be laid. But maybe I'm just in a jealous rage. Maybe I feel like my territory has been invaded, like I own her, but maybe that's too controlling. Maybe it was the controlling that made her need other people in the first place. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too hard, trying to deny it. Scorn like a fire, shit which you know, that which you can't control. But that opportunity leads to action when necessity breeds invention, and when consequences are extinguished, that what's offered will relinquish. The act of being one's own object of desire makes it seem so tempting to transpire. Lie in bed with the enemy, but maybe the friend of my enemy is the friend of my friend, or the one who is here not there, and the friend of the afraid not to be laid. Maybe I'm just in a jealous rage. Maybe I feel that my territory has been invaded. Lie in bed with the enemy, but maybe the friend of my enemy is the friend of my friend, or the one who is here not there, and the one who's afraid not to be laid. But maybe I'm just in a jealous rage. confession on circles with X's digital video confessions captured on cassette tapes, miniaturized in form, sworn to fight the swarm, anonymous, unanimous, magnanimous, no end to this vigilante justice dealt out like a cold dish, and that is revenge. Beds served on the plate, masturbate on the cold stitch, and dance on the grave of what it is you grace and link up, break up, skeletal confusion and deny the solution. Weird signal sent from another dimension, and that Dr. Lizardo grabbed the hold of the spiral. Buckaroo bonds eyes so high on his horse that he sees a history and backstory untold by you and me. Fuck reality, and that choking victim is what I listen. Worked up like I had a rough time, but thinking different and blaming yourself. Ain't a walk in the park and hit in the dark until my whole world lit up and we split up, and I continue to pursue my avenues. So don't leave blaming and saying that I'm selfish. I profit from my own ideas. What a goal, and open up for the joy is in doing. That's the avenues I'm pursuing. Thinking straight up like an issue and caught up like a tissue and issue and issue. And I don't miss you cause I'm what I need, and I'm seeing you and me, and I'm living as a scene, and why have you got that bottle and making up the subtle and that up the bottle and I on the plate used to be on the deck on the grave, and what it is you crazy like a physical skeleton confusion and deny the solution. Another dimension, Lizardo rattle the spiral through so high on the horse that he sees a history and backstory told by you and me. Reality is so freedom is what I listen, what I like I had all the time. Thinking different, blaming yourself, walking the park, why hidden in the darkness, till my whole world lit up and then we split up. Continue to pursue my avenues and don't be afraid to say that I'm self-confident from my own ideas and those who will influence. One's endeavor and effort, and I won't regret the joys in the doing the avenues that I'm pursuing. Joys in the doing the avenues that I'm
Yes, that is quite troubling. You must realize that actions are what change you. Words get you nowhere. Do you have any hobbies? What do you do with your time? Do you do something all day, or do you lay around doing nothing? You see, these are the questions you have to ask oneself in order to recover. Would you like to? If you go the natural route, it could take 2 years. With medication, 3 weeks easily. You will recover. Effexor, Wellbutrin, Remeron, Alprazolam, take your pick. We can help you, child. We can help you.
first kiss bliss, or was it just sensuality? Was it just us discovering ourselves together? Hold her hand while I'm up in her home again, telling stories to each other. I was the first to say I love her, but she loved me too. It was my first real experience. They say the first cut's the deepest, now I feel it. How distraction got a hold of it, and distance it is working like chronology. Trying to find ourselves, but if you told me I'd do it all again, I don't regret anything. People make mistakes, people find out who they are, and when they look in their eyes, the sparkle on the shine, it hurts the most by a stretch. Looking back, trying not to be cool, I went back to school trying to better myself, and then I look back on the timeline. I know it wasn't just all mine, it was me and her, at least for a little while, and that makes me feel okay about it. And I'm thirsty for something, but no matter how much I drink, sometimes life forces you to grow as a person faster than you're learning to cope. Sometimes it's just a hope, cleaning up my act, for if I will heal, I need to feel. And it started out the first kiss, telling stories to each other, and the first cut's the deepest, now I feel it in that chronology. Prone to find ourselves, people make mistakes, thinking back, and when I look back on the timeline, there was something, it's just hope.
about the obligation to yourself. Running high, you won't find. Don't even have to think about the operation. Soften explanation. Think about the same shit. You don't know why you fucking despise all my obligation to myself. Trying to get the most, trying to live a little, trying, no down. Stop the living, judge the rhyme. Through a time when I was sniffing turpentine, but not really, I'd never sink that low. I'm fucking smarter than that. Not gonna grow through a pipe, through a measure. Trying to get down from a header, wishing I was nothing like you have said. I'm making violently nuclear red, and then I don't know why you fucking despise my obligation to your swollen operation. Through your quick and premonition, don't set the station. Take my expiration to my next obligation, and I'm fucking past it. King of all everything, not trying to go through with this. I don't mind when the light on the brooch and the fucking fruit flies. Hear my kitty going meow, and I got no figure through that desperate measure. Cop it out the fucking sever, and I don't give a fuck, cause I'm taking it down in my mind. What you gonna find? Not gonna see all the blood on the wall, picking up the cult symbols, trying to get down Wimbledon. I don't mind all the symbols crashing, no suggestion why you're lasting through these days. Just playing games, straight up playing, and I'm winning, cause I'm cheating, I don't lose. I'm just beating all you fuckers down with my game, avoiding all the issues. Going outside the box, rising up, don't mind, cause I'm the king of obligation. Set up against the prince of instigation, don't mind anyway. Coming down to chill, you'll be here soon, I don't mind anyway. We'll get fucking high, play some video games.